Joining me now to discuss, Mark Avallone. Mark, what are your thoughts here on this market that seems to be sort of stuck in a very narrow range as anxiety builds?
Well, I think you made some good points in the introduction, Charles. Market PEs are a little higher than historical averages, and when you couple that with being 7.5 years into a bull market, just ahead of a historic election, you can see how some investors might want to be skittish. When you throw in that in December the Fed's going to meet again and more than likely raise rates, you have a scenario where owning stocks becomes a little uncomfortable for some investors.
So what do you do then? Because the bond market rally is substantially longer in the tooth, and other asset classes don't necessarily look as attractive. Listen, you've got some gold as a hedge, but what would an investor do in this particular circumstance?
Well, when you're looking at a potential rate rise, it does throw a monkey wrench into the alternative to stocks. Bonds are typically looked at as an alternative, especially in a balanced portfolio, and in an interest rate rise, bond prices usually take a hit. So it does create an investment conundrum. If you're looking short-term as an investor, it's very difficult to invest when markets are at all-time highs. It's easier to invest when we've just had the bad news. And people don't know if we're facing good news or bad news right now. And the uncertainty is what's hurting both the bond and the stock markets.
Mark, real quick, buying a dip has been a very successful strategy over the last 6 years. A stock like Amazon goes down 50, 60 bucks tomorrow. Is that something you would consider?
Well, we don't pick individual stocks, but we do think the strength of the consumer is there, and we think the consumer continues strong into the fourth quarter, and we don't think that one corporate earnings quarter should change someone's outlook on the overall market.
Well, my wife told me this morning before the number came out that she wanted to buy the dip, so I'm going to go with her. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Great.